Hi there and welcome to this video. My name is Mary Amondo. I'm in charge of training and career advisory services here at Corporate Staffing. And today I'm joined by our CEO, Mr. Paminas, and we will be discussing about a very interesting subject when it comes to making a decision, informed decision in your job search or the offer, whether salary is the most important when it comes to you making a decision when choosing a job. So welcome, Mr. Paminas.
Thank you, Mary.
Great.
Yeah.
The question that I have in this topic is, are there instances whereby salary should be the primary consideration when it comes to choosing a job?
I feel like you are setting me up because money is indeed, it's quite an emotive subject, and money is very important. Why? Because we feel we're offering something to the company. These are the skills, there's something we are bringing on board, so we should be compensated for that. And in fact, someone can argue that the only relationship we have is because someone signs a check at the end of the month, and if that check doesn't come through, then we may not have that. So money is important, very important. But what I can say from a recruiter and from a recruiter and career advice perspective, I would say it should not be the only consideration. In fact, for me, I would say, in terms of your job satisfaction, in terms of your growth, money accounts like 40%. 60% it's other things like the work environment, the relationship you have with your boss, the career prospect, is the job challenging, what skills are you also getting? Yeah. But are there instances where I would recommend someone to really focus on the salary? Yes, they are. For example, let's talk about financial obligation. So, and I'll give you an example. So here is a young man, recently married, and his budget has moved now from 40,000 to 70,000. So where he has, no matter how much he loves his job, you see, if the job can only be able to afford so much, but his needs are now more, surely moving because of money, no one would fault him for that. Yeah. So in such an instance where financial obligation is more than the current position you have, then for sure focus on the money. The second reason is I would also look at where are we in the economy. For example, look at now the cost of living. So if you've only been earning so much, and I know it's tough for both employers and employees, but they will reach a time where you can only stretch yourself so much, Mary. So in such a case, you might even find this job is paying you 50,000, you find another one paying you 60,000. And your circumstances, the economic situation might force you to move because of that 10,000. Not so much because you want to move, but there's a bit of pressure, external pressure, Fuel prices have gone up, all these things have gone up. So the economy can also be a determinant. Yeah. The third reason I would consider is salary exists as a package. So in some instances, you have an employer who's able to give you pension and medical cover. If where you are coming from, they are not able to afford for one reason or another, if the total package then may be more than what you're currently earning, then again, I wouldn't fault you for making a move. Yeah, so I believe those are some of the instances where I would look at, I would really focus on money, and even when I consider other things, salary would be key. Yeah.
Great. And this is a very key subject for most professionals.
Yeah.
In one way or the other, they find themselves where you really have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what advice would you have for someone who is torn in between a job offer with a very higher salary that compared to another offer that is aligning very well with their long-term career goals? What advice would you have for such a professional?
I would say it's a tricky situation, and I've seen many professionals use this to their advantage, or some of them make a mistake. I'll give you an example. Let's say today I hire you. You're an engineer, Mary, fresh graduate, and I hire you in a bank. Bank will pay you 78,000 as a cashier. Now, compare another offer where someone is offering you 30,000 to start as maybe an assistant engineer. Now, let's call a spade a spade. Most of us, what would you be looking at? We'll be looking at the higher amount. Yeah. But now, what will happen if you go and become a cashier for 5 years, and me, I start as an assistant engineer, chances of me growing further and even earning higher than you over time are quite high. Yeah. So for me, the key word here is long term. If a career aligns, if a job aligns to your long-term career goals, then it will be okay for you to sort of forsake the salary right now, maybe even suffer a bit, you know, but just for a duration. And then you'll be able to pick up momentum later on, because money is not everything. Yeah. So I would say, look at your long-term goals. Where will this job position you? Yeah. For example, for you, let's call a spade. Maybe sales is not your thing, but someone comes and tells you, I'll pay you this much, I'll pay you these commissions, and deep down you know sales is not your thing. So number one, either you don't have the skills or you don't have the motivation. Yeah. So that's number one. I would look at what are the future prospects. Number two is also the issue of the gut feeling. I've seen instances, and this one has been in the media, where an employer comes, they pay you 3 times your salary, but they're only able to pay you for 3 months. Why? Because they were trying and testing something, it didn't work, or they are new in the market, they didn't understand the market, and 3 months later, you are back in the sort of the streets. Now the tragedy with that is that if you're not very careful, you might even have priced yourself out of the market, because someone will come and asking you, Mary, how much were you earning? And you tell them 300, 400,000. But maybe this is a foreign company, this is an NGO, an international NGO, it didn't work, so someone might be feeling, oh, you are overqualified or you are overpriced for what we have to offer. So I would say, don't just look at the money, I would look at the totality of the job and where I want to be in my career.
Great. What I am picking out very strongly is someone really reflecting on their priorities.
Yeah. Give it a thought, not once, not twice, even consult, look at the company, even ask yourself, if this position normally pays this much, how come these people are able to afford 3-4 times? Why? Why are they able to do that? Yeah. I've seen instances where people move, it doesn't work for one reason or another. Yeah. In fact, the other day, someone was consulting me where their salary now, the company wants to reduce their salary. Why? They came to the Kenyan market and they were supposed to get a license, but it's taken them more. Now, the company has rent to pay, it has employees to pay. So now they've come to the employee and they're telling them, you have to take a salary cut. Because without production, all we are doing is exhausting our savings.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and not, it's a huge salary cut, because this person was apparently to take a 50-60% salary cut.
Wow.
So it's a tough situation. Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing with us and for creating time for this video. As we have heard, it's all about really reflecting on your priorities and making informed decisions when it comes to evaluating your job offers. For these and more tips on how you can navigate on making decisions, we encourage you to click on the link below. Share your CV with us. We'll be able to advise you on how best you can be able to package yourself. We equally prepare you for if you have upcoming interviews, so that you get to know how best can I really package myself for the offers that are available. We look forward to having you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.